Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's do some very fun and posh crafting. Stay tuned. So guys, I am still in the process of making home decor pieces, and I will definitely bring you guys along with me as I make a new piece. But today, we are going to make something oh so cute for Thanksgiving. And this box is absolutely gorgeous. We are using some beautiful paper napkins that I got from Hobby Lobby to create this awesome stationery box. And this box will hold cards, mini cards, tags, and the strings for the tags, or you can put little embellishments or charms in this section as well. But this is such an awesome piece to make. And even though it has a lot of moving parts to it, it really is very simple. So y'all know what? Let's make it. So guys, we are going to make our project in stages because it is a project with a lot of pieces to it. So we are going to make it in stages, and we're going to start by making the box portion of this first. So to make our box, we are going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 11 by 11 7/8. Then I will be using this beautiful napkin that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it is a 13 by 13 inch napkin. And as you can see, it has many plies to it, so we only want to use the top part, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And I have a piece of chipboard that measures 8 by 8 7/8. Then I have two pieces of chipboard that measure 8 by 1 3/8, and two pieces that measure 8 7/8 by 1 3/8. Then I have two pieces of chipboard that measure 7 3/4 by 8 5/8, and two pieces that measure 8 1/4 by 9 1/8. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to separate the two white ply pieces from this napkin, and we're only going to use the actual decorative napkin portion. Now make sure that you save the white portion because you can use that for cleanup and other little tasks in your crafting. Then I have attached adhesive to the back of my 11 by 11 7/8 cardstock, and I attached that adhesive using my Xyron Creatopia. If you don't have a Xyron Creatopia, you can actually use an adhesive spray on this, and the adhesive that I use is Elmer's. So if you don't want to go through the process of placing tape all over your paper, then use a spray adhesive. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip that over, take my paper, and place it down. So I am not even worried about using an iron to get out the wrinkles. I'll use my big old spatula, and as I am smoothing this down to get it stuck to the napkin, the wrinkles, or most of them, will actually just come out. So then once we have it stuck, I'm going to flip this over, and we're just going to remove the paper from the edges. You can do this with your finger blade, you can do it with your X-Acto knife, whatever you want, or you can do as I'm doing here, which is simply tearing away the excess. So then once we have it torn away from the edges, all I'm going to do, I'm going to use this cheap nail file block that I get from the Dollar Tree, but they sell these in any store. So I'm just going to go around the edges and clean up. I'm not going to be overly concerned about that cleanup effort because this will be folded over. So now that we have our beautiful base that we can start working with, I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. And once it's in your scoreboard, what we're going to do is score at 1/4 of an inch and 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. So that is 1/4 of an inch and 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. So once we have our scores made, we are going to fold those and burnish. And you want to make sure that you give these little 1/4 inch pieces a very good burnishing. So let's do that burnish on all 4 sides. All right, so once we have all of our scores folded and burnished, we are going to go up to the second score line in each corner, drag down, and then we're going to angle in, just like that on that tab. Then we'll angle in here, and we'll angle in here. So we're basically removing the 3 corner pieces. And the 3 corner pieces, that we're removing, this piece, and that small square in the corner. So go up to your second score mark, drag down, angle in here, angle here to remove these 2 pieces, and then just reduce the size of that tab just a little bit. All right, guys, so once we have all of our tabs cut out, we are going to take our glue, place some glue on our tabs, and we are going to put our box together, making sure that our edges are nice and crisp and straight. I'll use my spatula to go on the inside. Then I'll do the same thing on all 4 sides of my project. All right, guys, so once we have our box put together, we are going to set it to the side for a moment because we need to do some covering of some of the pieces that will go on the inside. So what we need to do, guys, we have a piece of chipboard that measures 8 by 8 7/8. We need to cover that because that's actually going to go down inside as the bottom of our box. So I am removing my tape. And I am going to take this piece and I am going to place it right up in the corner. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we also have the 4 side pieces that we're going to need to cover. So I am trying to maximize the space on one 12 by 12 piece of paper because that's all I want to use on this part of the project. So I am going to trim out this piece of chipboard, making sure that I don't cut into my extra paper because I need that. So now I have this piece. So I have 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 8 by 1 3/8, and I need to cover that. I'm going to take that piece, place it down. Then I have another piece of chipboard that measures 8 7/8 by 1 3/8. And I have 2 of these, and I'm going to place that down. So we will be covering 4 pieces of chipboard for the sides, 2 that measure 8 by 1 3/8, and 2 that measure 8 7/8 by 1 3/8. I have already covered 2. I'm going to go ahead and just trim these out. And then we'll be able to go ahead and put our box together and start working on the other pieces. Okay guys, so I have my pieces covered and I've added tape to the back, and before you place them in, make sure that you test fit them to make sure that you're not going to have any problems with your fit. Then all you need to do is place down your bottom piece. I am going to test fit my side pieces because I haven't done that yet, and I can tell that they are just a little bit long. So just start by trimming off a little bit, and then when they fit, just go ahead and place them on the inside, just like that. So I am going to do another test fit on this side. So by test fitting, I'm just laying it in, and you can see how that is too long because it won't even lay flat. So I'm going to remove some of that with my scissors, and I'll do another test fit. That does fit, so I'll place it down. And that's how we do the inside of the box. Okay guys, so once we have our insides in, we are simply going to place glue on that 1/4 inch flat piece, and we'll fold it over. And I'm going to use my big old spatula just to go in, put some pressure to get this stuck. And when I do that, you can see how that actually finishes off the box. So I'll do one more with you guys, and then I'll do the other two off camera. So I've placed my glue. I'm going to fold that over. And I will use my big old spatula just to go over this until everything is nice and stuck. All right guys, so to make the lid for our box, we're going to be joining 2 pieces of chipboard together, and our chipboard measures 9 1/8 by 8 1/4, and I am just going to take these, stand them up body to body, and get them joined together just like that. Then I'm going to remove my tape, and I really didn't even have to place tape on this because I have tape on my decorative piece of paper. Duh! I'm just going to peel off that backer. So I'll just have double stickiness on this. So I'm going to place that down and trim away my excess. And I'm not going to use my stylus to go around the edges because I've got this tape on here and I really don't want to make it sticky. So I am just going to miter those edges, and we will get this put together for the first part of our lid. So let me get this sticky stuff out of the way. And now I'm just going to stand it up and fold it just like that, and then I'll do my wrap around. So I am just wrapping over my ends on all 4 sides, and then I'll go back and just really use my big old spatula to get everything nice and stuck. So now I'll go over these pieces that I just laid down, and then I'm going to take my spatula and go around my edges to get everything nice and crisp. And that is my lid top. Now I need to add a base to this lid. So I have 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 7 3/4 by 8 5/8. And I am going to join these 2 pieces together. Just like I did with the larger pieces. So let's take these, join them together just like this. And I also added tape to this when I really didn't have to. But unlike that first cover, I have not added any tape to the napkin piece that I want to lay down. So I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to take another napkin, and let me move this so that tape won't catch my napkin. And I am just going to peel away the 2 white layers of this napkin because I only need that decorative outer layer. And you just get in there and grab it. Easier said than done sometimes. But you just get in there and grab it. And then I'm going to take this piece and just place it down, just like that. I'm using my ruler just to tear away some of that napkin, because all of this ugliness will be hidden, so it will not be seen. So I am just going to come in with my scissors and miter away some of that tissue. And you can use just regular paper on this if you want. I just thought I would go with the napkin because I like how it looks on this project. So all I'm going to do at this point is just take some glue and place it around my board just like that. And then I'll take my tissue and just fold it over into that glue. Like that. And now I'll use my big old spatula just to sort of iron out any leftover wrinkles. So now I can take this piece and this piece and join these two together. But you want to take this piece and just make sure that it's going to fit inside of your box, because that is how your lid will stay on. So just take your piece, place it in the box. If it fits inside of the box, then you have done everything the way that it should be. So I am going to take this piece here, and when I place it down, I'm going to try to have even spacing on all 4 sides. So I am going to take my glue and just place down some glue all over this. I'll get on that inside too. And now I can take this and I'm going to slide it towards me just a little. And I'm going to place it down, and before my glue actually has a chance to set up, I'll bring in my box and I am going to put that lid on to make sure that it is fitting, and I'll look at it on all 4 sides just to make sure that the lid goes on just like it should. When I know that it does, I can take my big old spatula and get that nice and stuck. So there we have our lid to our box. We're not going to decorate yet. What we're going to do now is we're going to make the inside boxes. So we are going to make 2 boxes for the inside. So guys, we're going to have 2 pieces for our boxes, one that measures 8 by 9 and one that measures 6 3/4 by 7. We are going to score both of these boxes at 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 on all 4 sides. Now I have already scored these, so that is 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 on all 4 sides on both boxes. And then we are going to fold and burnish all of the scores. And I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish both of these boxes just to get them done. So now that I have both boxes scored, folded, and burnished, I am going to go ahead and just lay down some tape. And I am placing the tape on the inside longer pieces. Don't place any on these corner pieces. And I'm just doing it this way because it's just going to be easier for me to put these boxes together. Now I don't use tape runner, a snail tape runner when I'm putting a box together. I will use glue or my double-sided tape. So I am just going to get that down. And then we are going to come in and make our cuts. Okay, so now that I have my tape down, I am going to go up to that second score mark, drag down, angle in to get a tab, angle in here, and angle in here. So I have my tab. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I will do this on all four sides. And the way that I laid the tape down, that is one of the ways that I craft when I'm making boxes, simple boxes like this, because it's just easier for me, I found, just to have that tape already in place, and I can very easily snap this box together. So I am going to lift up my tape from these two ends here, and I'll take these tabs and I am going to put the box together. Like that. And then I can take this piece and go ahead and fold it over. And I can do the same thing over here. So I'll take my tab, and I'll get that put together. I'll get that folded in. Use my spatula to get that nice and crisp. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now, don't ask me why I added tape to the bottom layer there. I'll tell you guys, it's been a crazy day, and I'm not sure why I added that tape, but it's okay because I'll just have double stickiness yet again. So I'm going to fold that over, use my big old spatula to get in there and get that stuck. And so we have box number 1, and that box is going to go right there. And now we're going to make box number 2. So I'm going to do the same thing with my tape. I'm just going to place down some tape. On all of the long sides of my project here, with the exception of 2 sides. I'll only put a single strip, and then I'll put double strips on the other side. And then I'll use my finger blade, go up to the second score mark, drag down, angle in, and angle here. And then we're just going to put this box together just like we did the other one. So I'll lift off my tape pieces and we will take our box and put it together. Okay guys, so box number 2 is done, And box number 2 is going to sit right there for me, or you can slide it down. It all depends on how you want the box to go in for you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to need to place tape or glue on 2 sides. So I am going to use glue for me, but you can use tape. And then I'm also going to run some glue on the back. And then I'll take this with the glue sides here and here, and I am just going to slide it in the corner. And I'm sliding it in the corner on the 8 7/8 inch side. And when you're making it, you'll know, because if you place it in wrong, this one is not going to fit. So I'm going to get that stuck. I am going to take my spatula, go in and make sure that I have this glue stuck to the wall. Then we'll take this one and do the same thing. But this time you're going to need to place glue here, here, and right in here on your box. So I am going to come in about halfway, place my glue, and then I'll place my glue on 2 other walls. And then we'll place our glue on the bottom. We're going to take this, put it in, and I'll just slide it up because I really want to make sure that I have this section here stuck. And then I'll just do what I did before, use my spatula to go in and get the side stuck. And I think that's pretty cute. So now we have our box. We can take our lid, place the lid on, and then you can decorate however you want. So I am going to go ahead and just show you guys what I'm making for the inside of this. So I have a 6 by 3 inch piece of that beautiful paper napkin that I have placed on a backer sheet. And all I'm going to do is fold that in half and create a 3 by 3 card. And then I have a 2 by 2 square that I am going to put down using my tape runner. Just like that. And then I'm just going to use one of my stickers just to create a cute little piece for this card. So I am going to place my card right there. And then I have some cards that I'll be making, and my cards are going to be 4.5 by 5. So I have a piece that is 4.5 by 10, folding that piece in half, and then I'll just use my spatula to get a good score on that. So then I have a matte piece here that measures 4.5 by 5. So I am just going to take some of my tape to place that down on my card. And then I have a matte piece here that measures 3.5 by 4. And I am just placing some tape runner on that. And we'll get that stuck down. And I am using my sticker sheets just to create my very quick and very easy cards. Not a card maker, guys. Thank goodness for stickers. So I am going to take this one that says Fall is Fun, but before I put it down, I am going to take that piece, lay it down, and then I'm going to take the Fall is Fun, put it right there. And now I have a sweet little card that I can put in there, and I can keep using my sticker pack to make cards, and then I can make envelopes. So then, guys, I want to add a little tag to this set. So I'm going to make a tag using a 2.5 by 3 inch piece. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I am just going to angle this myself. And I am just eyeballing on my angle. And I'm okay with that. So then I have a white piece that measures 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I am just going to try to imitate or mirror that first cut. And I am going to let that be good enough because when I mount it, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go ahead, take my tape runner, and get this stuck down. Then I'll use my hole punch on the 1/8 inch setting. And I am just going to punch a hole. And I'm going to go to the white portion of this to punch that hole. Then I'll take a piece of my twine. I'm going to cut off some of that because I don't need all of it. Now, I would not have the twine in this, in the actual kit I would be making. The twine is actually going to sit here, and I would have the blank tags with no string in them here. But I am going through the whole process so that y'all can see what a beautiful finished project we're going to have. So now I'm just going to take a little something from my sticker sheet, and I think I will take this bird on a stump and just place that right there, and we have a cute tag that we can add to our collection. So then all I'll do is I am going to cut off some pieces of twine and place them right in there. Now, I did not make any envelopes for this project because I would be using my envelope punch board. So basically on the envelope punch board, you're simply following the size of the card that you've made. But I think these are just so gorgeous. So I am going to put that lid back on because now we get to do a decoration. All right, guys, so on my first box, I actually laid down some of the napkin here, but this time I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I have this strip of gold that I love, and I'm going to take that blessed piece and just lay it down right there. So I am going to go ahead. So I am peeling off my tape because I did have that down with tape, and I am going to bring this to me so that I can try to get it straight. And then when I think it's straight, I'm just going to lay that down, and then I'm going to trim away my excess. And I love how that looks. So now I have this piece that I took from one of the Dollar Tree holiday boxes or holiday boards, and I'm just going to place that down as my embellishment. And I'm going to place it down with some glue. So I am just going to add some glue to the back. And we are going to get this stuck down. I'm going to bring it to me so that I can make sure that I have it where I want it, and it says blessed. So I am just going to press this down. We'll make sure that it stays stuck. So as I was sticking this down, guys, I thought having some thumbtacks in the corner as metal embellishments would look great. So that is what I am going to do, but this is a harder board than chipboard. So I am going to have to beat that thumbtack into place. So I am making some noise. And because I'm going through so many thick layers of chipboard, I really don't have to worry about this thumbtack coming through. All right, guys, so I have my metal embellishments, also known as thumbtacks, on the top of this, and I think it just added such cuteness. So I am just going to set out the lid in the box so that you guys can see just how cute that is as a set. And this is really, really sturdy, guys, and so adorable. And I am going to bring the other one in because these make awesome gift sets. Whether you do them for Thanksgiving or Christmas, any season, any reason, it's totally up to you. But this process is just a great way to be able to take something simple and turn it into something upscale and something useful. So once you fill this set with the 2 sizes of cards, envelopes, and tags, you're going to have something absolutely amazing to sell, gift, or keep. So like I said, I didn't make any envelopes for this, but if you have an envelope punch board, which is one of those things that I highly recommend because it makes making envelopes so simple, all you do is follow your card size and it'll tell you exactly how to make that envelope. So guys, I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.